Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I was getting started on another episode of What's Broke Today. And today, I've got a 61-inch Wright Standard. It's a ZK series. Um, I'm going to pull the belt covers off, get underneath it. His son hit a stump last summer, bent a blade 90 degrees. I think he said it was the right side by the discharge chute. Um, He went up and had new blades put on it, and ever since then, whenever it's a brand new blade, the tips of the blades clip each other. So, probably going to start out with getting it up in the air. I want to get my long straight edge so I can lay across and see if I can see, a blade that's bent. And then I want to pull all three blades off, check the bolts, make sure that they're straight, and then if I have straight bolts, straight blades, and they still don't line up properly, tip to tip, then it's possible that they bent the metal housing that you know, basically the mower deck. And if they did, then we'll have to devise a way to see if we can straighten it a little. So let me get a few things started, and I'll come back. Okay, so we're underneath here, and I'll say, they wonder why things don't cut good. It's because they don't pick up trash before they start mowing. So let's get this plastic off of here. All right. And the other thing I did before when I first crawled underneath here was took the blade tips and lined them up so I could see how they matched up and see the far left and the center missed by, I'd say about maybe a quarter of an inch over there. I'll put my glasses on, maybe see better. Let's see, that's about a quarter of an inch. I come over here and we're a good 3/8 to half. And spin it back around. And now you notice where this blade was high, now this blade is low on that end. And when we come around here, these line up better. So I'm going to get 15/16 so I can pull all three blades off. And basically with my straight edge here, yeah, let's see, I think the housing may be bent. For sure, maybe another bolt. Because it's hard to spin this, but it looks like this one is not running in a circle. So, yeah, I'm going to go get my impact. Let's get these pulled off here and check them bolts. Okay, so I got all three blades off. Let me grab the third bolt. So, I got the far right bolt, the far left bolt, and then this is the center bolt. So I'm keeping them separate, so I set that down there. But what you need is a flat surface, and roll this, and if it wobbles, it's bent. So the center one is definitely bent. Now this is the far right, and it looks bent as well. It's not as bad. Oh yeah. But it does have wobble to it, so there's two bad bolts. Because if these are wobbling, then the blades are wobbling, because you got the big flat washer on the bottom, and then you got a stack of the thinner washers, or the thick washers on top. That one looks bent as well. You got to get the trash off of it because the trash will throw you. Yeah, so we really need all three bolts. Okay, next thing, I thought it's hard to tell rolling on that blade, so I just went and got the blade or belt guard and get this turned around. Needed more worried about how I see it versus you on this for this. That doesn't look too bad, so I think I might reuse this one. So we'll call 2 out of 3 bent. I'll throw that one back over there, and then I take my blades, stack them on top of each other, and look how they line up. And if you look at the middle one, you can see where it's got a big ding in it here, and it is down on that end a little bit. That looks like the 2 outside ones aren't too bad, but yeah, that middle one is, I mean, that's probably a good 1/4 of an inch. It's more than the thickness of the blade, and it's on both ends. That the 2 outside blades are fairly straight. So I'll go dig through my stash and see if I have another straight blade, and we'll get them bolted back on because even that don't look right. But some of this one lining up is where it's damaged from, because these 2 you have hit like so. So let me go see if I got another 61-inch blade. I got 2 of the blades on. Here, I put the 3rd one on. Get all my washers stacked like they need to be, and the trash that's on these fat washers needs to get cleaned off. And also, anything that's wrapped around the spindle down here. And that doesn't slide up in there very well. That could be my bolt, because, oh, there we go. I don't know what I did, unless there's a piece of dirt in there. But then we can put the nut in the washer on top. Okay, get that close. I didn't get the other 2 blades lined up very well, but let's see. And that's better than it was. It's about the same on both ends. Get her straight edge. Get it up on there. Yeah, I'm going to guess that this is bent in just a little because, I got a gap here and not here. And then that's and that. That lines up pretty good. It's not too bad. Probably about 1/8 of an inch off from them lining up. Let me scoot over Move the camera a little, because I'm setting it right next to the big flat washer, and that looks pretty good. But then when we go from that clear across from the far side to this side, I got a gap. So this over here, I move the camera again. Since I got my gap here, I'm going to say I need to get this and tweak it out a little, which a lot of cases is not as easy as it sounds. But where I'll probably start, since I don't have to go very much, it's thick. You see there the blades hit. Now those clear. Let's see there, I come and whack. I'll take this back apart. I'll put one of the bent bolts in, and then I'll put a crappy blade, which is probably the one that's in the middle. And I'll take my porta power and come out here and see if I can push that down and turn it a little. If not, okay, I got the porta power. I'm going to start out with putting this on here. And get all the way down on there so we got full thread contact. And just turn it back just a little. And put that on there. Actually, let's do this a little different. Let's put that. Try and keep it pushing more even. And I'll just take this and stay off the head of the bolt. Okay. And then, let's see if I got a jack stand close, and I do. Because I got plenty of other stuff at my feet. So, that push back that way, and then I'm going to raise this jack stand up where it's kind of close to the blade edge. So as I do this, I want to see if I tweak that. And so far it's a tweaking. And I'm going to kind of move out of the way. Because I want to go farther than I need. That's slowly getting higher. Okay. Get that out of the way. And notice I kind of got out of the way so it was less likely to whack me. But yeah, I'll put my finger on the housing and then spin that around. Comes back to about the same spot. Now let's get our impact. And then we'll take this back apart because if you notice, I don't have none of the washers here on the bottom side. Okay. That out of the way. Okay. Now I'm just going to put that out to the side because that wasn't my good bolt. So, put all my washers on. Let's push this up through. There we go. Kind of makes me wonder if that tube going through the center of that the bolt runs through is bent a little. Okay. Okay. And that's pretty doggone close. So let's move our light. Move our camera back a little. I'm going to grab my straight edge. I can lay it up across there. And yeah, I'm still not where I wanted to be. Take that off of there. There's not enough room to get that in there. I wonder, let me go get a short extension. I'm going to go and see if I can push on the side of this. I'll put that in there. I'll put that on there. And let's see. I might need a longer tube, because that probably ain't enough. Okay. Okay. Here, my cat's over there aren't very happy. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Take this. Oh yeah, let's shouldn't have let that retract so far. But that's okay. I can do that. That there. Okay. I'll get up if I can apply more pressure. Because I got to push it farther than I want it to go. And then it'll relax back to what I want. That's within 1/8 of an inch. And that's even less. So what I probably need to do now is take this up to the driveway and adjust the deck left to right for level. I'd still like for that to be a little farther. But that's still a lot closer than it was. I think I'll pull that back a little. And I'm going to go get a longer one of these. The next longer one of these tubes isn't in there. So that is as far down as I can get it. All right. Up here. Tried this again. Okay, I'm going to clear myself out of the way just in case something breaks. Okay. Let's see what that does. Ooh, that's pretty close. Pretty close. Okay. That might be doable. I'd still like to go a little farther. Let me go do some digging. Maybe that other longer tube is laying outside where I used it last. Okay, I went and got this longer tube. I noticed I might have bumped the camera and not had it pointing the right direction. So regardless, I got to do this a little more. So put all that together and get up there. That's good. That and pump a time or two. Okay. And of course, we're watching right here because I need to get this edge pushed down below the bottom of that so that when it springs back, it's about half of that distance. And I'm going to kind of get out of the way. Get it down about even. I think we'll do another couple pumps and then we'll let off. Okay. Whew. See if I gained anything. I don't know that I gained much, maybe a little. Yeah, that ain't too bad. That's a lot closer than it was. So I think before I drop this down on the ground, I'll get some tools out of the way. I'll take the blades off and go sharpen them. I think I'll put the crappy one that I got out of my stash over here. So when he comes to pick it up, maybe we can swap it out, and because that looks good. And because we got our clearance now, so that's the important part. But yeah, I'll go sharpen these blades. Then we'll go up to the driveway and we'll check the clearance between the blades and the ground. All right, well, inadvertently, I must have deleted the footage that I had of me leveling the deck on that 61-inch Wright Stander that we was working on. So I thought I'd walk you through what I did while I was leveling the deck. And I just got this is a blade off of 61 that I started out, I parked it, of course your front tires are solid, so you don't have to worry about them. But I did check and put the correct air pressure in the rear tires, which I put 12 pounds in each, because if one tire gets low, it's going to tip it left or right. Then I got up on the flat concrete and I put the blades going front to back. And because this was bent, I did left, or should say left and right. And when I set those blades front to back, I have a socket that's 3¼ inches long. So I set the deck height at 3¼ inches. And I measured between the blade tip or cut. I measured between the blade cutting edge and the ground at the front and then at the back. And my goal is for the front to be about 1/8 of an inch lower than the rear. So this would be about 3¼ and this would be about 3 3/8. And I checked it on the right side. Then I went over, did the same thing on the left side. And the other thing I did, I turned them going left to right, and I went clear to the outside edge over here and measured between the blade and the ground. And then came over to this side, measured between the blade and the ground to see where my height was. And depending on where I ended up was what adjustments I made. So how you adjust these is here at the front, you got where the chains hang down. I just take my adjustable wrench and I can use it on this top side and then get a 3/4. And a lot of times you can't get the box end in, so I use the open end, and I'll just turn that, hook it on my wrench, and then rotate the top, because it's hard to get in there and turn the nut. And if you turn it, we'll say clockwise, it brings it up. Counterclockwise, it drops it down. The other thing you can do, if you just got to do the front to back, you can do it at the front or the rear, depending on which way you need to go. And of course, you can see here on the front, the bolt goes through, and there's a nut on the bottom. And there's also these rubber washer things in there. If those are destroyed and missing, just go to your local Wright Stander dealer and get some new ones. And then just unscrew it, the nut, put a new washer in between the two flat washers and go back together. And then on the rear, you got them, the chains, and then the nut, of course, here on, which I'm hoping you can see is here on the bottom on both sides. And depending on how you're off on it. Now, the one I was working on, the front to back was good, but when I went outside tip to outside tip, I was off. So I took the side that was too high, and I turned chains on that side, on front and rear on that side, and dropped that side down. So basically, I took that whole engine and deck table and tilted it to line it up. Now, if I needed to do the front to rear, I'd have done either both front chains or both rear chains, depending on, did I need to go up or did I need to go down? And, also depending on where my socket is, because the objective is if you set on 3 1/4, you want it to cut as close to 3 1/4 as you can. Now, I haven't talked to him because when I finished that was before grass started growing, but I'm going to guess it must be doing okay because I haven't heard from him. But that's the basics on adjusting, these, and this is a ZK61 with the, quick height adjust deck. And this is also identical to adjusting the standard X's with the quick adjust deck that has the raise and lower handle. If you've got a fixed deck, whole different ball game. So, I think that's about it. That I hope that gives you the information you needed, and I apologize for losing that video footage. That, I don't know what I did, but it's gone. So that's why we got this now. But regardless, that's how I adjusted it. But hey, I do appreciate you watching. Thanks for all those thumbs up for the likes. I appreciate all those comments, even though I don't always get to reply to some of them as quick as I'd like, but I do the best I can. And now I do appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel, that I appreciate you watching, that I'll say you guys make this possible, so thank you. And anybody else out there that's watching now, if you're not a subscriber, better join on in, because there's no telling what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.